Two CGC orders came in today, right after I went to work. I've waited all day to get home to open up these two boxes, so stay tuned as we open these up and find out how I did. Welcome back, comic book fans. It's Rusty again with Collector Auctions, and today I've got another CGC unboxing for you. I've got two more orders right here that came in only moments after I went to work today. And again, thank goodness my wife was here to pick these up. It was a pretty hot day here in the Baltimore area, and I'm glad I didn't have to leave them outside because one of these two boxes is a huge key, while the other one has a couple of books that are far less valuable, but they're awesome project pieces, and I think you guys will enjoy those. But before we open these up, definitely hit that like button, slap the subscribe, and click on the notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any of the episodes that I put out each and every week, Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. All right, guys, I'm going to go find the knife, sit back, and we'll open these up and we'll find out what did I get graded and how did I do.
5 minutes later.
All right, guys, so let's open up the first box here. It is the bigger of the two. This is the one that I should have my project books in here. And to give you a little clue, I sent these books to a facilitator at HeroesCon to get the books signed by multiple creators. So we're going to open them up. We'll see how I did, and I'll show you the books that I ended up getting signed down there. So let me find the knife, and we'll cut into it. Now, this is, again, I've talked about this before. We've got these literature-style boxes, although this is a bigger box than that. You usually get these back in these kind of boxes when you send in 1, 2 smaller numbers of books. And this is a very sturdy box. I mean, I'm squeezing it here and it's not budging a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting this open, and I probably will fast forward through part of this. All right, guys, I was wrong about that. This is not a literature style box, but it is really sturdy. I kept trying to open it up like I do one of those boxes, like a literature style box, but it is just a regular box, and you can see there is the comics inside, bubble wrapped right there. So let's pull these out and try not to see what the grades are. And this is interesting. It's in a different kind of bubble wrap, and you can see how it's packaged right there. There's no cardboard on this, but this is something new. I've never seen this from CGC. So let's see how I did right here on these books right here. And I'm holding the books so I don't see the grades, but I know I got the right order. I've had multiple orders in at CGC for a little bit, and over the course of a few weeks here, I'm going to be getting back multiple orders. And it's funny, I haven't had this many orders all at one time in a long time, mostly because of the expense. I've cut back on my CGC orders. I've been sending in, periodically I'll send in books for some of the signings, but I haven't done any real, a multitude of orders all at the same time for a while now. And they're all hitting at the same time here. I've got some signature series books and I've got some blue label stuff. And that's what it is today. The first one here, it is a signature series. And like I said, I sent it to a facilitator who got these signed for me at HeroesCon this year. 4 of the main creators on this book were there at HeroesCon, and I plan on taking this book, and I didn't want to do it this way exactly, but I will probably be taking this book up to Baltimore for a 5th creator on this book. And I'll probably, I don't know, crack them open and I'll add him to this as well. But let's just start with the first book right here. And I hope you guys like this. What I did was I sent in 2 copies of Batman 252, the facsimile, down to HeroesCon. I had my facilitator take it to multiple creators, to Tom DeFalco, to Ron Friends, to Brett Breeding, and to Jim Shooter. And who I'm missing and who I will take this to in Baltimore will be Klaus Janson. Now, Klaus Janson did the inking on the cover. Brett Breeding did the inking on the inside. Ron Frenz, of course, did the pencils on both cover and interior. Tom DeFalco wrote this, or I'm sorry, he was the editor. Jim Shooter, of course, was the editor-in-chief. Who do I need on here? I need Klaus Janson. As I said, I'll get him in Baltimore, and at some point, I'm going to try to get Roger Stern as well. But I will have to take this to Baltimore now and get this cracked open to add him to that. This would have been a project I would have loved to have done in person, but as I said, I sent it to a facilitator, and let's see how I did on this first one right here. Oh, yeah, there we go. We got that 9.8. And honestly, guys, I've actually got the original copies, direct versions of 252 sent into CGC just for a blue label grading. And I could have sent those down there for this as well, but I really like these facsimiles, and I like it for project pieces like this right here, where I'm getting all of the creators. And honestly, I've actually got a newsstand copy of this that I started years ago with all the creators. And on that, I've got all 4 of these creators plus Klaus Janson already on there. And I'm still waiting to try to find Roger Stern again. So I kind of wanted to replicate this all over. That is a book that I cannot send. I don't want to send in to CGC or even CPCS, because while the cover looks really good, it does have some spine ticks on the back where you've got this back ad back here. And I don't want to send it in and get a lower grade. I've enjoyed having that book in my PC, and I didn't want to get it graded and detract from what a great piece it already is. But with these facsimiles that just recently came out over the last year, in fact, they came out, yeah, it was this year, earlier this year, March of this year. I felt like these were great copies. I didn't clean and press these books. These were straight up. I didn't do a thing to them. Well, I sent them to the facilitator, and they look great. I didn't have to do anything. And let's just take a look at the signatures. Oh, this looks great. Look at the silver pen. They all did silver pens on here. There's Tom DeFalco right up there. You got Jim Shooter right there. You got Ron Frenz right there. And Brett Breeding is right there on Spider-Man right there. So that is awesome. What a great start to this CGC unboxing video. Man, that looks fantastic. And sorry about that. I bumped that. Now, as I said, I sent 2 of these in, but the second one is the one that worried me the most, because it is not the regular facsimile. It is the foil facsimile. And as you guys next thing you can see, it looks so much different right here. It's not even showing up on the camera very well, but it still looks spectacular. And you can actually see these signatures jump out, right? There's Jim Shooter right up there. You got Ron Frenz and Brett Breeding right there. And Tom Falco actually signed down here below this time. Let's see if you can see it right there. Yeah. But here, I'll move it in the light so you can see it. If you get the light right, look how good that really looks. It's just the angle of the light right here that is not picking it up. But let's see how we did on this. And this is the one that scared me, because this thing right here could pick up fingerprints so easily that you could get knocked on. And I did not have CGC clean and press these after they had gotten signed. I didn't pay for that too. So let's see how this did. Oh, yeah. Yeah, got that 9.8 on both of these. And man, I can't wait to take these to Baltimore. I don't really like having to crack them open and pay for the grading a second time. But in this case, all these signatures are witnessed, and I don't have to worry about those signatures. I don't have to pay for those again. Klaus Janson, I'll have to get a witness when I take the book myself to Baltimore Comic-Con to get that done. But I'll have to go to CGC and have them crack it open first, and then take a witness to the table with me. But what a fun piece. I love this right here. I love having both of these. I will probably hold on to one of these. So guys, this is one of those pieces where if you're ever interested in something like this, you see on my channel, I mean, I intentionally did this. One I could keep for myself, one I could part with if I wanted to. But this is something, if you guys are ever interested in anything like this, just reach out to me at collectorauction@yahoo.com or DM me on my Instagram account. I obviously won't list these things on eBay or Shortbox anytime soon because I still want to work on the project. So, but if y'all want to reach out to me at any point, definitely do that. But wow, what a great start. I'm going to put these up and then I'll come right back and we will do the unboxing of the other one, the other CGC order that came in today. And that one is a mega key. And I'm really nervous about it. I have my thought about what I think the grade might be. And I hope it doesn't go down too much below that. But we'll see. We'll see. So stay tuned and I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. I've got the other box right here. This book right here, I remember exactly when I bought it. I bought it from a dealer at Baltimore last year at the Baltimore Comic-Con. And we'd actually worked a trade out for other books. And I traded some of my slab books for some of his roll books. And this was not part of the deal. But I had looked at it when I was making that deal, and I came back a little bit later, and he was interested in a couple of the other books that I had, but he was wanting too much for this book, I felt like. And I actually ended up paying cash for this book. So I'm a little nervous. I hope it grades out well. I know it had a defect on there, but it fell within the price range I was comfortable with at the time. I would have liked to have had a better copy, but I felt like it was still going to grade out and still be worth it. So let's get the knife. This is definitely in a literature style box, unlike the other one that I was mistaken about. So won't have to fast forward here. It's a pretty easy cut, couple of slices, and we can get right into the box. As you see, we can open it up. And that's what I like about this. You see those lips right there on the lid that adds an extra layer of cardboard on the different sides of the box. Now, I'm intentionally looking away. There's the bubble wrap. And this one does have the cardboard around it with the very protective rubber band right there. And I'm going to look down briefly just to make sure I've got the book in the right orientation. Yeah, it's the right book. That's one thing. I once the books have been shipped by CGC, you can go on the website and actually pull up and find out what your grades are. And I don't do that. In most cases, usually it's a mistake. And especially when I've got multiple orders, I tend to not remember which order I'm looking at, and I will inadvertently hit the button and I will take a look, and all of a sudden I'll see the grade and everything. And I didn't do that with these. I was very careful with this. And we'll see how we did. Now, I want to say something about this in particular. I mean, this order right here, not the other one. The other one was through a facilitator. But this one right here literally just went in a couple weeks ago. It's less, I would say, under 3 weeks to get these back. And that's a really good return time considering when I started with CGC a couple years ago. I mean, the return times are crazy. But we've got a mega key, like I said right here. Guess you guys will recognize it. It is Batman Adventures number 12, a direct version. And as I said, I know it had a defect. There was a spine tick right over here. I cleaned and pressed this book. I not really sure what I felt like it was really going to grade out to. Maybe I hope I didn't overestimate everything when I bought the book. The book has been sitting. It was over a year ago. No, it wasn't quite a year ago. It was back last October when we had Baltimore Comic-Con. So it wasn't quite a year before I finally got this in, but finally did it, and I'm holding my breath now. This is me holding my breath. I'm going to reveal the grade. Ooh, that right there drops down a lot more than I had hoped. I'd hoped for at least a 9.4. 9.0 is not great. Yeah, it is what it is, and I'll have to take a look at it. Hopefully there's some grader's notes that will explain a little bit more. Very disappointed in that. I had hoped for at least a 9.4. I think a 9.2 would have been Obviously a little bit better, but it is a 9.0. It is what it is. So anyway, guys, that's it. I'm going to wrap it up here because I'm going to have to take a look at the book and kind of breathe this one in and let it sink in a little bit. But you guys, thank you for everything today. Thank you for joining me. Definitely leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about all the books that I just picked up today. And again, if you're ever interested in anything on the channel, just reach out to me at collectorauctions@yahoo.com. I mentioned that before, or DM me on my Instagram account. And definitely look in my eBay store or on my Shortbox page for any of the slabs that I usually have for sale. This probably will be for sale because I'm not really happy with that, but somebody might be. So that will be probably listed pretty soon. Um, those links are listed in the description below. But guys, thanks for everything. I will see you for the next episode. And remember, every comic has a story.